Everyone knows we welcome all cars and lemons, but definitely get bonus points if you bring a weird car. And you get even more bonus points if you bring a weird car from a weird company. You know what's best of all? If you bring a weird car from a weird company that's out of business. There, of course, was a time when Studebaker wasn't weird. Unfortunately for Studebaker, that time was 1950.
This is NBC, the National Broadcasting Company.
By the late 60s, the company was effectively dead, but even to this day, a small, dedicated network of fans keeps the Studebaker love alive.
One of those groups of fans is Sparrow Thrust Racing, which is partly based in South Bend, Indiana, which is Studebaker's old hometown, and weirdly also Mayor Pete's hometown. I don't know if there's a connection there or not. Anyway, they're always buying up old hordes of dead Studebaker parts because you can't go to O'Reilly's, right?
You said a distributor for 98 Chevy.
One of those transactions included an entire 1963 Studebaker Lark minus drivetrain, and their position was like, hey, dude, like, we only need parts. We don't need a whole car. But then they said,
Right, so now they've got the parts in the entire 63 Lark, which was in great condition.
That is incorrect.
Due to a significant amount of rust, they decided to make this thing into a Lemons car. They found a 52-era Studebaker Champion Flathead 6 in a different parts hoard, a newer T5 5-speed manual on Facebook Marketplace, and somehow found an adapter to connect these two together.
that was how they ran it their first season. Now, weirdly, Larks of this period, they had pretty good hardware. Front A-arm suspension, they had factory Dunlop discs like a Jaguar, and this one even came originally with the Hypo package, like stiffer springs, sway bar, limited slip. Nice stuff.
Now, all of that combined with the flathead and the 5-speed resulted in terrible performance. Adding the 5-speed to the flathead didn't actually do anything.
You didn't do anything.
Didn't I?
Well, it's not entirely accurate. While the speed in 4th and 5th is exactly the same, engine noise is reduced in 5th. So there's that.
In fairness, we should say this thing had terrible performance, by normal modern human standards. If we were running like spec flathead circa 62, it would probably be pretty awesome. And the important thing is, in endurance racing, you don't need to be awesome. You just need to stay out there. And that was the theory that Sparrow Thrust really held to win their first IOE in their first event at Gingerman.
After that triumph, the team decided to greatly increase performance from the flathead by swapping to an overhead valve engine.
Oh, fancy.
Now, this later Studebaker motor was from, you guessed it, a Studebaker parts hoard. The team only wanted the cylinder head, but then the seller said,
Now that motor is from the late 50s, early 60s era, which means it's probably pumping out triple-digit horsepower. Awesome! That was good enough for a remarkably strong finish at their next Gingerman event, but now they have their sights set on Road America and its long straights and uphill segments, so they are thinking there's only two solutions for this Lark. One, turbocharge their existing straight six, or gasp, a Studebaker V8.
As we mentioned, this thing won the IOE in its debut race, and overall, we've only seen a handful of Studebakers ever race in Lemons, but the brand has a nearly 100% IOE success rate. In fact, all but one Lemon Studebaker has won an IOE at some point. So, if you're deciding on your next Lemons build and you find a guy with the Studebaker parts hoard, you can just
Every second you don't subscribe or watch one of these videos, another Vega is sent to the crusher. Won't you help us save Classic?